Of course, I don't mind.
Okay, thank you so much. So today, everyone is welcome. We're all welcome. Thank you for bringing out your time or taking your time to join us today. And the major reason for this session is to tell us more about the beauty of our products, the efficacy of our products. You know, they say when you hear from the horse's mouth, you know that, wow, great things are happening with Edmark products. And this will also help us. There is, you know, we earn in 9 ways, but there is one that is within our control fully, and that is our retail profits. And when you know how to begin to combine products, when you listen to stories of how people came out of dark health situations to become very healthy, you know, you begin to know how to help your clients, because the more people you help, the more money you make. In Edmark, it's not just about, you know, making money. Money is good. I like money, but the lives you transform are more important than the money you make. And the more lives you transform, the more money you make. So today we're going to be listening to my great leader, Angela, how she will tell us her journey, how she founded Mark, what her state of health, her state of life. In short, I know she's going to talk business today. I'm very sure of that, because she's a powerful businesswoman, not just with the products, but even in Edmark business. And she's going to be talking to us about her journey so far in all areas of her life, how Edmark has impacted her life as a whole. So if you have not reached out to your guests, if they are not here yet, please send them messages to join. They must not miss any part. And when she finishes talking, there will be room for questions. So please get a book, get a pen, and note your questions so that you don't break into the conversation, because she needs to flow. So we have so much to learn from her. We don't want to derail her, so she can flow. Okay? So you take down your questions, and when the room is open for questions, you just raise your hand, and then I would unmute you, or you unmute yourself and you speak. So once again, welcome my great leader, Angela. I'm excited to have you. I am so, in short, Edmark has given me so many sisters, so many. There's really no country I'll go into today I won't find a sister or a brother in Edmark, and that's what Edmark can do for all of us, sincerely speaking. So a very warm welcome to you. So today we start by asking you, okay, what year did you find, did you know Edmark, meet Edmark? Okay, what was your situation like when you heard about Edmark?
So I'm just trying to switch off the other lights here. My sister has just sent me a message that I'll switch off the other lights. We're experiencing what we call load shedding here. So power goes. So I'm using the solar lights. I hope you're able to see me.
Yes, very beautiful.
All right. Okay. So those that are seeing me for the first time, my name is Angela and I'm Gondwe from Zambia, Diamond Manager. And I'm a journalist by profession. I'm a journalist by profession. All my life, I really wanted to be on TV. Like I had my role model here in Zambia. Like every time I'm watching her on TV, I'll tell myself one day I'm going to be on TV as well. Yeah, so I decided to do journalism and broadcast journalist. I became a broadcast journalist in particular. I was on TV doing my programs on TV, but the question is, was I happy at the end of the day? I loved my job, yes. I loved being on TV. I was a star here in my country, but a star, unhealthy star, a broke star. You're a star, but you've got no money, and you're a star, but you're just, you're in hospital throughout. Yeah, so I worked for the TV station for, I think, for 7 years. And in that 7 years, I had terrible working hours. I had terrible working hours such that I didn't know that my son had a condition at the time. I gave birth to twins, and they were both growing up very well. And then later, my other twin, the boy twin, started talking at 7 months. And by the time he was turning 2 years, the speech disappeared. And you may imagine, because of my terrible working hours, I couldn't tell that that had happened. I only noticed that every time that I knocked off from work, I'm very tired. I have this headache that never wasn't going. And I would knock off and I would just ask my house help, like, what could be happening with him? I've noticed that he's not talking. And my house help would just tell me, he's okay, he talks. I'm like, does it mean that this boy just talks to you alone? Yeah, so that was life. Like you leave home 04 a.m., sometimes 05 a.m. If you leave a bit late, it's at 6 a.m. and you're back home 9, 10 p.m. You are really tired, husband, wife, and you really have to take care of this man who needs your attention and the children. And unfortunately, again, I was also in an abusive marriage. So everything was weighing down on me to the point where I got to the point where I was almost giving up on life, because the time came when I went into comfort eating depression. And that comfort eating depression caused me to gain 20 kgs in 1 month. So my son's condition continued, like, I'm really seeing that there's a problem, but I don't really know how to handle it, because I'm ever out of the house. And by the time I'm coming in the house, I'm tired. Like, I just need to rest a bit. But then I have a child with this condition who is not sleeping. So it's still like the whole night without sleeping. 4 a.m. again, I need to bath and I need to go to work. So to cut the long story short there, I became really, really stressed to the point where I never looked forward to be on TV anymore. Like, when it's time to go to work, I know that I'm supposed to go to work, but I'll be on TV with puffy eyes, and I'd really gained to the point where I had to make sure that I find a high table to cover like, I want to leave my face. Okay, at least my face, the beauty was still there, even if I was big on my face, but the beauty was still there. But the body shape wasn't okay. So I had no confidence to stand. I had no confidence to show off my body. So I had to look for a table that will cover this part, like it will only leave the face. So that was my life. Now what happened is I got to a point where I really needed to choose between my job and my son, because my son's condition was worrying, and he really needed me. Of course, the father has a good job, and I was like, money-wise, there's no problem. But being a woman, you need your own money. Your own money is just needed. And that money will help you to have your own pride as a woman. And
Obasami.
Oh, God. Sorry, please, let me mute this person that just came in. Madam Bankole, please. Yeah. Sorry, my trainer, please unmute and go on. Sorry, yeah.
All right.
So sorry.
Yeah, so I needed that time to spend time with my son, because I now needed really to understand what could be wrong with my boy. So when he turned 3 years and the speech wasn't coming, I had to choose. It was a painful decision, but I had to choose between my job and my son. So I resigned. I gave up on my job so I can take care of my son. During that time, that was a time that stress had hit so much, and everything else was really falling apart. Like, I didn't see, life wasn't giving me any meaning. I used to get tired sleeping. I used to get tired when I wake up in the morning. My day would be like, that's when I'm ending it, but that's when I'm just starting my day. So I would get tired sleeping, I'll get tired eating, I'll get tired talking, I'll get tired. I'll literally get tired of everything. Like, don't even talk to me. If you ask me a question, I answer you, and you tell me that you haven't heard, like, tears will just start dropping. Yeah, so I had mixed up feelings. Like, when somebody's telling me good news, I'll cry. The time that somebody's telling me bad news, that's when I'm laughing. So it was just something else. I don't even know what I can call it. So I started my journey to go to the hospital with my son to just find out what could be wrong with him. At that particular time, I really needed the support from my ex-husband. We divorced. My ex-husband, because I needed him to help me understand what is going on with myself and with my son. So stress was really hitting up badly. Yeah, even as I was trying to help my son, I needed to help myself as well. So yes, then later on, finally, after moving up and down here, there, I came to discover the condition that my son had, which is called autism. And autism is not a condition that is known in Zambia. So even just for me to understand it, it was a problem. But then I was committed to understand what it was. And so now I just went full time into understanding what is this autism so that I can understand my son. So I understood my son, and we all accommodated my son in the house. We're trying to help my son. And by the time he was 5 years, I had gotten another job where I was interpreting our local language to English, English to local language, doing documentaries for WaterAid, a company that is from the United Kingdom. So I would travel with the 5 white ladies to deep in the villages to do documentaries and help them interpret. And for I don't know whether I can call it, unfortunately, I don't know what happened. But then with that job, I was like, okay, at least this job is manageable because it wasn't a full-time job where I report in the morning. So I would only go, like when you go in the bush for 2 weeks, we come back, good money, I'm okay. Then if we go for maybe 5 days like that, but then during that very time, I conceived and I had no idea that I'd conceived. I just remember this trip which was really, really terrible. And I couldn't, by the time that it's 7 a.m., I would sleep. Like I really need to work. It's time for me to work. I'm supposed to be interpreting, but just this, the sleep that would come so strong that I just need to sleep. But I didn't know what was going on. So when I came back to Lusaka, I had to see the doctor. And the doctor checked he was like, did you travel to any country where there are tsetse flies? Or any town where there's tsetse flies? I explained where I'd come from. He said, that town must not, I don't think they have tsetse flies. But anyway, we'll just check for sleeping sickness. They checked for sleeping sickness, diabetes, and all, everything was okay. But then the sleeping continued. One time I almost went into a ditch with my children as I was taking them to school because sleep was just too much. So then it was discovered that I was 16 weeks pregnant. With that 16 weeks pregnant, I couldn't go on with that job again. I had to stay home to now nurse the pregnancy and this child. So what happened is after giving birth, I had, of course, I already suffered from severe constipation from the time that I was a child. I suffered from severe constipation. I remember the time that my parents had taken me to the hospital and I was given some capsules that I depended on for some time, where once I take, then I'll go to the toilet. But the doctor was like, she's too young to start depending on this medication for her to go to the toilet. Let's just give her a chance because her digestion system is very slow. She'll be okay. So they stopped me from taking that medication, and I went back to the issue of having severe constipation. And then also my terrible eating habits contributed, and I also never used to drink water. Being all positive, my body needs a lot of fiber, a lot of vegetables, and a lot of water. By that time, I didn't know. And my water was juice, like I drank juice throughout. So constipation was something else that I lived with, but it was terrible. It was bad. Now, the constipation that almost took my life was 2 weeks after I delivered the boy. Now, the second boy. At first, it was like, oh, okay, after delivery, there's constipation. Everyone else thought it was a normal constipation. And everyone else kept on advising me, drink warm water, drink a lot of water, drink warm water, drink a lot of water, drink milk, drink what? And as I was doing that, the bladder was getting full. And it so happened that I started drinking water from Friday, I'll pee, Saturday, Sunday night. I last went to the toilet to pee around 7 p.m. That constipation had gotten to the point where it blocked the bladder. And from 7 p.m., no going to the toilet, the bladder is full, like the bladder is really, really full. I'll sit on the toilet, try to push urine, nothing is coming out. That's 7 p.m. You know why you're confused? You call this one says, oh, drink more warm water. I drink more warm water. The bladder is getting full. That Sunday, the house was full. I had my sisters who had come to see the baby. And everyone else was like, the house was full. And as I was telling them that, guys, I can't pass urine. They were like, just drink hot water. They put this, the stool will come out. I kept on drinking water. The bladder was getting full and the urine is not coming out. So now, okay, I tried to sleep. In the morning, everyone else now is going back to their home. They've seen the baby. The weekend is done. They all go back to their homes. And that very day, strangely, my three house helps, the two in the house and the garden boy outside, the three of them didn't report for work that day, strangely. And I had my phone, but I had no call time in my phone. Again, something which was strange, something that has never happened to me. So I was trying to call. I'm like, I'm trying to call, and then my phone has got no call time. And that day, my son, the baby was, I think he was 15 days old, and he had blocked nose. He really needed my attention, but I was so hopeless and helpless. Like, I can't even do anything. Then I checked on top of the TV. My husband at the time had left his phone, one of his phones. He went with one and left one of his phones. I managed to crawl to the TV. I called him. I told him, by the time you get here, you're not going to find me, but just come and save your son. My children, all of my children had gone to school. So it was just me and the baby in the house. I tried to call out for the garden boy outside, only to discover that, yeah, he too had not reported for work. So I just called him. He was like, what do you mean? I said, just come and save your son. I don't think you'll find me. He managed to drive to home. He found me. I was so restless. The pain, it's not, I don't know, you can't even describe it. You can't describe it. The spine was feeling like they've put in some hot stuff. And the bladder, you know, I could feel it. The bladder was full and it was so painful. And I was there feeling hot and cold at the same time. Now I couldn't carry the baby. He has come, but then he's the one to drive, so meaning he can't carry the baby, and I also can't carry the baby. I had to call my friend. My friend was like, okay, let me just have a quick bath. I was like, my friend, by the time you are done with that quick bath, you will just come to attend the funeral. She got scared. That's how she came without bathing. She helped me with the baby. We drove to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, the doctor was taking his time. He didn't know how urgent my condition was. So later on, I was like, do you know that I am in pain? That is when he checked. He was like, what? So he had to push in his 2 fingers through the vagina to push the stool down just for the pee to start coming out. So I was put on the buckets, and the urine that was coming out was smelly. It was yellow. And by the time that the urine started coming out, at least I could feel the pain in the back going slowly. So now what was remaining was the stool. They had dealt with the urine, and the doctor was like, you were remaining a few seconds. The bladder was just about to burst. And I was like, yo, so okay, at least we've saved the bladder. Now, what are we going to use to remove this stool? Because the rectum is closed completely. So we didn't have, the hospital didn't have what to use. So my husband at the time was given a prescription. He had to look around for these same pessaries that they had to insert through the anus. Yeah. So they inserted 2 of those through the anus, and they went to push the stool. But the way the stool came out, it came out hard, like a stone with thorns. So it came out, it was so painful. And now the bleeding, the blood that followed, because I was cut. Whew, but at least something had come out. And I couldn't sit, like for the whole 1 month, I couldn't sit like this because my anus was cut like that, and the bleeding continued. So with that constipation that almost took my life, that was the beginning of now, like the body now revealing everything else that is happening. So it was constipation. You go in the hospital, they try to deal with constipation. You come back. Yeah, I was like, I could smell death. I have a young sister who is very strong. Like, she's really helped me throughout this journey. She could see fear in my eyes. Like I knew I knew that, okay, I'm dying anytime, but she would just assure me. She would tell me, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Things will be okay. You'll be fine. Even when she's scared, she'd tell me that you'll be fine. But sometimes I could see even like the fear in her eyes, like even in my children, where they'll get so scared that anytime, maybe one day they'll just hear that your mother has gone. Yeah, so it was the in and out of hospital. Then the time that I thought I was feeling a bit better, one day I was driving. I was with my nephew and my son, the baby. We were going to buy groceries. And from nowhere, I just experienced a terrible headache from behind, like a sharp pain from behind and my neck. So I told my nephew, I was like, yeah, this pain. And then he looked at me, he was like, even your eyes have changed. Then I was like, this headache, I can't just even explain it. On the screen, I couldn't see properly. It was like, I started seeing whitish on the screen, so I had to park. But my son, my nephew, I couldn't drive. So I got a friend of mine and I explained to her how I was feeling. Then she was like, that sounds like BP. But then I was like, but my BP has always been okay. Remember, I've been showing you my results. Like my BP was 160 over 70 throughout, even throughout the pregnancy. Like I never experienced any complications with BP. It was always 110 over 60, 170 over 20, like that. So she said, but that sounds like BP. Anyway, go to a nearest clinic. Let's rule out high blood pressure. So we went to the nearest clinic, and it was the nearest clinic that was there where I had fallen sick from. It was a Chinese clinic. So this Chinese clinic took my BP measurements, and he was like, "Yo, this BP is very high. We have to admit you." So I was like, "I can't be admitted here. I've got my own doctor." He said, "But then we have to control it. At least sit down here. We have to control it." And the more he was telling me those things, was scaring me. I've heard of how people have died of BP. I never understood the readings. But the very moment he told me that your BP is very high and you can't go anywhere, you just have to be here, I think he really, really scared me to the point where I was like, okay, now this is it. But I said, no, I can't take any of your medication. I have my doctor. I need to go and see my doctor. So I came out of there. I called my friend. I told her the readings. She told me, don't even make a mistake of driving. I'm like, what's really going on? She says, you can't drive. I'm like, but I'm with a baby here and my nephew can't drive. I have no choice, but I need to drive. She says, just park and maybe book a taxi or something. I said, okay, I just said yes to her, but then I decided to drive. I drove to the hospital, and when I got to the hospital, I think that Chinese doctor and my friend already scared me. So by the time that I was getting to the hospital, the BP was now bad. It was really bad. They just had to put the cannula. They put me some tablets under my tongue, and they told me we need to deal with this urgently. So that's how I stayed in the hospital. They told me you need to find somebody to come and get the baby. So I called my sister in marriage, came and she got the baby, and that's how I was admitted. So I was like, this is how people die. We left home to go and buy groceries, and how have I found myself here? So that is it. They now started looking for a combination to try and bring down the BP. To find that combination, it was terrible. It was hard. They tried this combination, failed. This combination failed. The BP was just going up. And I got so scared. I kept on asking the doctors questions. I was like, so what can happen? Have you ever received a patient where the BP is high and now they can't control it? And they were like, stop asking those questions. That yes, we have received some people where we've tried to bring down the BP, we've failed. And we have had some patients where they've come with very high BP and we've controlled it. And you are also that person. So the doctor was trying to counsel me to say, you're okay, you're going to be okay. But I was just feeling myself going, like I was just feeling that there was something wrong in the body. So I insisted. I said, don't just put me on medication. Please find out what could be going wrong. What is it that is happening? The doctor was like, no, some BP runs in the families, all those things. I said, I don't want this. I want to know what could have caused this high BP. And from nowhere, where has it come from? So I insisted. I'm one kind of a person who wants to, I want to know. I'm very inquisitive, like especially when it comes to my health. You're going to tell me, let me just know what is going on. Then they said, we're going to do the full blood count. We're going to do the culture test to check your organs and everything. But now we need to find a combination so that this BP can drop because it's going up. You're still very young. That time I was 26. Yeah, no. I was 29. I think I was 29 years old. So he said, we are still very young and see you have a small baby and already you're saying you have an autistic child. So we really need to do something. And we are praying. And this doctor was one prayerful man. He's actually Nigerian. Very prayerful man. So I had a doctor from Congo and the Nigerian that was seeing me and the Zambian doctor. So the three of them, they were really very prayerful. So they were praying for me. So finally, they found a combination and the BP dropped a bit. And when it dropped, they did now the full blood counts. When the results came out, showed I had 9.9 fat around the heart. I had liver fats. I had fats on the spine and the disc had dropped. The disc on the spine had dropped. That explained why I used to have severe backache. And with the ECG, so they sent me for echo, they sent me for ECG. And when the ECG results came out, the doctor looked at the ECG results. First of all, at the X-ray, at the scan, when I went for where they were checking the liver, uterus, and all those things, there's this expression that the lady made on her face the moment she saw the fat on the liver. She made some expression. She went like, so I caught that. And I said, what is it that you found? She said, no, it's fine, it's fine. I said, no, but I saw it. She said, no, you're okay, it's fine. I said, I saw the expression, just tell me. She says, I'm not allowed to explain anything to you. The doctor is going to explain. I was like, but that expression, I would die from this bed. Just tell me. She said, okay, yes, we have some liver fat, but it's not bad, trying to calm me down. But that expression, I knew that there was something wrong. So when I went back to the doctor started explaining my results. He said, Madam, I'm not trying to scare you, but your ECG results are showing that you can have heart attack any minute. Like as I'm talking to you right now, you can experience heart attack or stroke. Because this ECG, so he started explaining to me that, have you seen these waves, the way they are going? I'm saying, yes, but I don't understand anything. Then he said, let me explain. So this is how your heart is working. So your heart is going like, goes flat, then it goes straight, it shoots, it comes down like that. So with the way your heart is moving, at this point, really, I'm not trying to scare you. You can suffer from heart attack. So we really need to work on this. We really need to find a solution to this because the fat is too much. So I was like, so what is the solution? He said, you need to lose weight. At that time, I was overweight by 60 kgs. So he said, you need to lose weight. So I was like, it's not like I haven't been trying to lose weight. I've been trying to lose weight. I've used so many things. Because the time that I was on TV, I wanted to lose weight to shape up for TV. I didn't know that time that I had a serious condition. Of course, I used to run out of breath, talking, eating, all those things, but I ignored them. You know how we move, where you have this headache, you keep on moving, where painkillers become part of your food. So I got used, like I used to take painkillers 3-4 times a day. That was my life. And so my worry was just the shape for TV. I just wanted to shape up for TV. And that is how come I went on that journey of looking for something that will help me to lose weight. So I tried this. Now, when the doctor told me about my health condition, I realized to say, okay, Angela, this is not just about you shaping up. You have a serious health condition. You can have a heart attack anytime. You've been told your disc on the spine has dropped. You've been told you have fat on the liver. You've been told your cholesterol levels 120. So your cholesterol is high. You have triglycerides. You've been told all those things. So there's nothing good about your health. everything is bad, meaning you can die any minute. So you need to lose weight. So I'm like, so now what will I use? I've been trying. So I became so frustrated. I got home. I told my young sister that, see, you should just be giving me jungle oats. I started eating jungle oats. Now I'm breastfeeding and eating jungle oats. So breastfeeding and just eating jungle oats, breakfast, lunch, supper, jungle oats. And I started having dizzy spells, like, because now my body is lacking everything, is lacking, I have no energy and I'm breastfeeding. So sometimes I'll wake up and I'll just black out. I'll fall like that. So in 5 days, in 5 days, I lost 5 kgs in 5 days. I went back to the hospital. No, in 1 week I lost 5 kgs. I went to the hospital. The doctor saw my weight that it had dropped from 135 to 130 kgs. He was like, "Wow, you're doing a good job. You've lost weight. You've lost some 5 kgs." He says, "Yes." And I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm smiling. Oh, okay. So what are you using? I'm like, "I'm eating jungle oats." Then he was like, "Madam, did I say you go and kill yourself? Is jungle oats food? I didn't say you go and kill yourself. I said go and lose weight. So don't lose weight through starving." That just depressed me. It depressed me to the point, by the time that I was getting back to the car, I was like, so what am I supposed to do? I got home feeling so depressed. My young sister was there telling me, "We'll find a solution." I'm like, what is the solution? What solution are we going to find? What haven't I tried? So all these network companies that deal in food supplements, they'll come my way, I'll buy. Like, I spent so much. And when I say I spent so much, I spent so much. So now here I am, I've given up on my career. I have to take care of my son. And this same second son that I had, the same thing that happened to the older brother. The older brother spoke at 7 months, and in 2 years, the speech went. The same thing happened to the baby again. Even him, 7 months, he spoke. 2 years, the speech went. I'm like, God, what is happening? So my life was really a mess. So and I have just this husband who is not, he's giving me the luxury, yes, but I'm not getting that. I'm not getting anything. Like, I'm not getting the support, I'm not getting the love, I'm just literally not getting anything. So now the depression hits, and that's how come I started eating non-stop. Eating throughout. Like, I was just eating non-stop throughout. I'm like, okay, let it be. What will be, will be. If I'm dying, let me die. But then I would look at my children and I'm like, autism, God, is not understood here in Zambia. And now you've given me these two. And again, I would hear a voice where God is telling me, you need to help autistic children in Zambia. And I'll question God, like, how am I going to even help those autistic children in Zambia when I can't help my own children? I can't help myself. I don't even know where to start from. So what am I supposed to do? So, like, my life was, I cried throughout. Then I got to a point where I started avoiding my own children. Like, when I get home, I don't want to enter with the car. So I'll knock at the gate, and when my house help comes in or the garden boy opens for me, I'll leave the car outside and then I'll lock myself in the room and I'll cry throughout. Crying and eating. That was my life. In my car, I only played one music for Don Mo. Don Mo with the Lord to sing so far away. Like, that was the only song that's like, I'll worship you, Lord, but you feel so far away. I have this condition and there's no solution. And I've been put on medication that I'm taking 3 times a day. My body is just moving like car and fuel. Like, if I don't take the medication, I'm back in the hospital. So it was a life that my children started living in fear. They never used to tell me. They only told me later that, mom, there was a time that we lived like when we wake up in the morning and we see, we're like, oh, thank God this woman is alive. Like, when you wake up in the morning, now you can imagine you have children who are living in fear like that. Yeah, so that was my life. Then when I was really, where they say darkest before dawn, when I was really in the middle of the storm, where I was feeling so alone, I was feeling so lost, I was feeling so broken, I was feeling so depressed. I just didn't know what to do with my life. So my church mate called me and she told me, "Oh, I've got the food supplements." The moment she mentioned food supplements, I told her I don't even want to hear. Like, don't even go there. She said, "No, listen, listen." I said, I cut the line. On Sunday, we met at church. She called me afternoon, like, Madam Angela, are you coming through the office? Are you coming through the office? I want to show you something. I'm like, I kept on promising her to say, I'll be coming. And I'll be like, I'm going there to do what? So one day my young sister said, these people have been so persistent. Like the way they've been calling, let's just go and listen. So that's how I went to Edmark office, and apparently the person who was presenting didn't really do a good job. So I think I felt more frustrated. Where I think we had new speakers, we had speakers who had not yet understood the products, so they were not bringing out exactly what I wanted to hear. So the time that I was coming out of that seminar, I was really, really feeling frustration. It was MDR. I was really feeling so frustrated. And when I came out, Joanne was so excited. She was like, "How was the seminar?" I was like, "I haven't gotten anything." Then she was so disappointed. She was like, "Oh, okay. But I hear you." And then I was like, "You've been calling me." Me, I was thinking you have a story, like maybe you used to be big before and now you are small. But here you are just one small person. So you are tiny like that. So what solution do you have for me? Then she says, but I used to have severe constipation. So, and the moment she said severe constipation, I was like, you have something for constipation. She said, yes, we have something for constipation. That has really helped me. She mentioned shake off. I had the money, but because I was already frustrated and irritated, I just said, oh, okay, I'll come and buy this same shake off one day. Then I left. When I left, 3 days later, I was admitted again in the hospital because again the combination for high blood pressure wasn't really working well. And when they did the ECG, again, the ECG results showed that the heart was failing me. Like the previous ECG that they did was actually better. This one that they did this particular time, the doctor was like, I am sorry to say the second results are actually worse. I don't know what we're supposed to do, but we'll continue with this medication. At least this one particular drug is helping helping the heart to pump. Then the other one was aspirin. They were saying that we should avoid the blood clots, because the moment we have the blood clots and all these arteries or what, that will be it. So these are the medications that we're going to continue on. So that's how I continue taking that medication morning, afternoon, and night every day. So I took 3 tablets in the morning, 3 tablets in the afternoon, and 3 tablets in the evening. So when my church mate, who happens to be my upline, heard that I was admitted again, she just brought Sheko, Splina, Redis, and ginseng coffee home. In fact, she was actually so really upset with me this time around. So when she knocked at the gate, I was told that there's somebody who wants to see you outside. I told the house boy to say, my garden boy to say, just tell her that I'm not around. Then she called me and said, I know you're in the house, just come out. She was really, really upset with me this time around. So she gave me the products. She gave me a bag, the blue Edmark bag. She gave me the bag and she said, take these products. If they work, pay. If they don't work, fine. It's okay, don't pay. And she was so upset with me to the point where she even forgot to give me instructions. So she left and I called her. I was like, now these things that you've given me, what are the instructions? So she said, put 250 mils of cold water and that's shake off, put there. She gave me the instructions. Okay. So that night, that was in 2013 in September. She told me about Edmark products in 2013 February. But I was refusing from February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September 2013. That's when she brought those products. Crown Joanne tried. They were just upsetting me. Crown Solomon tried. They were just like really, really upsetting me, but they didn't give up on me. Thank God. So when she gave me on 13th September 2013, I took shake off. I took shake off at 21. That's 21 hours at night. By 04 a.m., I started experiencing severe pains in the stomach, like very, very painful. And I'm telling myself, oh, what is this now? I'm like, now I'm upset. I'm like, this woman, what has she done? And then pressure came to go to the toilet around 5 a.m. I had serious pressure to go to the toilet. And now I'm thinking of what happened at the hospital when they tried to help me to flush the stool with the pessaries that they used and the way the stool came out hard like thorns, the way it had cut me. That fear came full time in my head, and I'm like, this pressure, the way it has come of going to the toilet, this is the pain that I'm going to experience. And I started calling on the angels. I tried to hold on, like, I can't go to the toilet now, the pain, the pain, the pain, the pain. I'd already stayed because I used to stay for 2 weeks, 1 month without going to the toilet. If I go to the toilet, I'll just come out that round, smelly stool. And that round, small stool, by the time it's coming out, I would have sweated, I would have called on the angels, I would have cried just for that round stool to come out. Yeah. So now when that pressure came, I'm like, now it's time. It's like a baby. When it's time for the baby to come out, there's nothing that you can do. You can't hold. So now time came that I just need to go and sit on the toilet. I went and sat on the toilet, and I know that pain is coming, that pain is coming. And then I was surprised. I have stool that is coming out, painless, and it's coming out, and it's coming out, and it's coming out. What's going on? I'm waiting for the pain. There's no pain, but the stool is coming out, and my stomach is really hurting. I have stool that is coming out. The time that I checked the toilet, there was no water in the toilet. There was a mountain of smelly, greenish, blackish, what colors, whatever colors. But then I couldn't believe it. I felt so light. I flushed the toilet. I sprayed the whole house. The scent was just something else. But I called her around 6 a.m. I was like, come and get your money. She was like, stubborn girl. That's how she came to collect the money. And she told me, you continue taking this shake off every day. The following day I went to the toilet. Again, it was a mountain. On the third day, I saw something like intestines, just like intestines in the toilet. I looked, I couldn't, I just ran. I called my young sister. I was like, this woman has killed me. Now I'm crying, I'm hearty. She was like, what has happened? I said, now we'll see. Now I'm looking at my stomach, intestines have come out here. I told her, see what? My sister was like, intestines. She went to the toilet. She just flashed. And when she came back, I could tell that she was also scared, but she had my brave sister like that. She still came out. She was like, that's just date that has come out. I was like, are you sure? You know where this is your only hope. If she tells you that everything is okay, we have some comfort. The moment she tells you that it's not, so she just said everything is okay. I called Georgina, Auntie Georgina, I called her Auntie G. I was like, Auntie G, have you seen now what has happened here? I'm crying. What has happened? You see, I've seen round things in the toilet. I've seen those intestines have come out. Then she laughed. She was like, if the intestines have come out, so are you going to be talking to me? I was like, it's not even funny. What is this? Those, I'm sure that must be a mucus plug. What's a mucus plug? What do you mean it's a mucus plug? I'll come and explain. I said, these are the things that you needed to explain to me. So why didn't you explain to me? Now I'm crying. And then I told my sister, this is what I've been told. She was like, really? She was relieved. She was like, I was also scared, but I didn't want to scare you. Even me, I thought, see, they were intestines when I saw them. So that's how I started my journey of flashing. In 2 weeks, I'd lost 15 kgs of just pooping, just removing dirt. I don't started any slimming program, just poop. Every day the toilet would be full, smelling every day. So it's like I was carrying 40 kgs of fecal matter. Every day I go to the toilet is full, but I was so excited. I was so excited because I had the husband looking at me like, where can you go with that body? Like, you know, where you're just being treated like trash. Where can you go with that body? You are just stuck here, take care of the children. I'm like, this is a person who was not even not considering the fact that I had to give up on my career. You know, my parents took me to school for me to work and also to support them. But then now, literally depending on him. And then I'm asking for money. You ask for money for hair, somebody will give you at the time that they want. All those things were frustrating me. Now, okay, I have my shake off. I'm taking my shake off every day. I'm taking my splinter every day. Then I said, okay, no more hospital visitations. Now that I have something that is clean, but I continue taking the BP medications. And when they are done, I'll just go to the chemist and buy. So I never went to the hospital for 6 months. Oh, 4 months later, I lost 24 kgs. I lost 24 kgs. I started feeling good. Like when I stand in the mirror, I can't believe this is me that I'm seeing. I'm not getting tired anymore. I'm surprised the knees are not paining anymore. The feet are not paining anymore. My back is not paining anymore. Like I'm not running out of breath as I'm talking. What's really going on? So everything is flashing. When I take my red yeast coffee and the other part that my ex-husband hated about the night is my snoring. Because once I sleep and I go into a deep sleep, he would wake me up. He would tell me, you scare me. Every time you start this, you're snoring, you scare me. You breathe as if you're a person who has gone into coma. You come out at some point like you have died. So he would wake me up and do like, he's scaring me. I'm like, what is it me? I'm sleeping. That was life. So now I'm not snoring anymore. And he was like, there's something that is happening with you. You're not snoring anymore. I'm like, yes, and I'm not feeling tired when I wake up anymore. So I was excited of going to Edmark office. When I go to Edmark office, I would sit in the training room and I would listen. And before that, when just getting on the stairs to Edmark office, I used to get tired. And when I get to the office, all the Edmarkers there would think, because I'm a TV person, so I don't want to talk to people. They didn't know that I used to get tired. Like when I get to Edmark office, let me sit first before I greet anyone. Let me sit. And they said, Edmark International Club, what all those things just used to make me tired. Yeah. But then when I started flashing, everything else is coming out. I started enjoying the dance, enjoying the Edmark Club and all those things. And from Nancy at that time was in Zambia, came in Zambia, and she spotted so many things. She was like, you can be a very good speaker. I was like, what again? He said, me here, I'm not interested in the business. I'm not interested in the business. I don't want anything. Let me just clean. Let me just work on my health first. So she was like, yeah, but I want to put you in this class so that you can learn 1 or 2 things. Then you will decide later. So she put me in the STP class with Crown Solomon and Crown Joanne. They said, oh, just be in the STP class. And I was put in the STP class. I came out was the best speaker. And they started giving me the speaking engagements. And when they started giving me the speaking engagements, first while we were still in the STP class, the Edmark song, the words in Edmark City song touched me so much. They touched me to the point where I was like, God, I remember praying for a job, but that job, I said it should give me total time freedom. And the kind of total time freedom that I need, it's because of these children that you've given me. When I was working, I was with this office mate that would tell me, when I tell her in the morning that this is what has happened, we didn't sleep the whole night, my son was just up and about, and I don't know what is going on. And my office mate would tell me, oh, that's sad, my dear. No, it's fine. I'll prepare the scripts for breakfast show in the morning. Don't worry, you can go home. And she lets me go home. The moment I go home, she'll go to the boss to tell the boss to say, have you seen? She came and she's already gone. But this is a person, and you know how life is. So And every time I was explaining to my boss, when I come back, I'm explaining, why is it that you report, you go. So I just said, okay, let me give up on this job. I think my son is more important this time around. So now I'm in the house where I got to the point where I said, God, give me something that will give me total time freedom. So as I was taking the Edmark products, people started asking me, what are you taking? Because at the time I had developed stress pimples. You know, my face is naturally clear. Like my face is spotless. Like I'm not a person with pimples and all those things. But when the body, my system was dirty and I was stressed and I was frustrated and I was depressed, I had developed stress pimples that had covered the whole face, like the whole face. When I say the whole face, I'm not exaggerating. They had covered the whole face. What didn't I buy? I'd buy clinic products, what products? And you know, my young sister has done cosmetology and she does skincare and all those things. She advised me about this, all those things. Nothing. Like I had spent and spent. So now when I started the cleaning up, my face started clearing on its own. Even before I started using Splinason, the face started clearing because of the debts that I was when I just started detox, so the face started clearing up. So now I'm putting the STP class. I listen to the Edmark song, and I'm like, this song really. And where that verse 2, where it talks about even when sweat and tears fall, you know, I said, you know, this is a song which is telling me that there'll be sweat, there'll be tears, but at the end of the day, we will make out. Like we'll be stars. Like we'll be, yeah. I was like, okay, this is just one powerful song. It's really ministered to me. So, and then as I was taking the products, people are asking me, your face is clearing, you've lost weight, you're looking beautiful, what's really going on? And I started talking about Edmark products, like anyhow, anywhere. A funeral, wedding, wherever. I'm just opening my mouth anyhow, talking about Edmark products, and that's how I started selling Edmark products. And by the end of the month, I said, I've done like a good, now I've done good sales. What's really happening? I'm not doing the business, but I've done good sales. And then I calculated the retail profit that I had made that time. That's in that 1 month, I made like I'm trying to put it in dollar. Like I had made like maybe like $500. Yeah, I don't know. Zambians, please try to calculate for me. My crowns from Zambia. I had made 8,000 kwacha. How much is that in dollar? Yeah, that's how much I'd made, like $500 somewhere there. And I'm like, and I'm not even doing this business full time. I've already made this money. The money that my company wasn't even giving me where I was working. Like the whole month, I wasn't getting that kind of money, apart from just being known. There, Angela Smasic was part, Angela. But then, apart from people just knowing you, greeting you, wanting to take pictures with you, there's no money in the pockets. I'm depending on a man who will give you money as and when he feels like. I am like, yo, God, the business, something that I had asked for. And this one will give me total time freedom. Okay, yeah. So I said, okay, let me start doing the Edmark business. Wow, still thinking, should I really, really do this Edmark business? My upline Crown Nancy sponsored me to go for LTBC. That was in 2015. 2015, I had already lost 60 kgs. Now there was 90 days lose weight program that time. And I was told, you entered the 90 days lose weight program. I had already lost 24 kgs the time that I was entering the 90 days lose to win. I entered the 90 days lose to win, and I managed to become the ambassador. I was Zambian's second ambassador. I became the ambassador in 2015. My upline sponsored me to go for leadership and training building camp. And when I went to leadership and training building camp, I remember very well Sir Sam Law meeting me in the morning, and he hugged me, said, the lady that just gives me the go ahead to do more products. Like when I look at this lady, she just gave me the go ahead to go, and then he hugged me, and this man just gave me, like, I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, I said, okay. So now the time that he was on stage to to give his speech. And then he was like, at that time I remember sitting next to DCM Jessica. I don't know if I was sitting next to you also at this, so I can't remember very well. But there was Jessica here, and then he started talking about and there's this powerful lady, I call her the star, the woman that gives me like she pushes me, like when I wake up in the morning, I feel I need to help more people who are obese because of her, because of what he said, so many things. Then he said, I call her Miss Zambia. What? This man is talking about me? And he called me on stage, and I was like speechless like that. I was just crying. I didn't even say anything on that stage. I will share the picture of Sam Lord calling me on stage. I remember Jessica taking the picture and throwing it on Facebook. Wow, so I was still on stage. She threw the picture on Facebook, and the picture was all over. And that's how Edmark made me a star, just like that, in the blink of an eye. There goes the star, the model, the Zambian model. And we're just talking about the star who is healthy inside out. So when I came back, 2014, I went to the hospital to see my doctor. That was in October 2014. I went to see my doctor, and when I entered his office, he was like, he's talking to me now. He's telling me, oh, the next patient who is coming, okay, she can talk. So I will advise you that you go out first. Just let her come because she keeps her time. So she's already here. She came earlier than you. So if I decide to see you before her, she will not let me. So once she's done, you can come in. So now I'm telling the doctor, I was like, who is that next person who is coming? Then she says, Angela Smasic. I'm like, is that a smile for Angela? Is that a file for Angela? Then he says, yes. Like, but this is Angela you're talking to. The doctor said, what? Then he looked at me. He said, what? He stood from the chair. He had to come out of his table. Stand up, madam. Is this you? Then when I spoke, yeah, the voice. Do you know that you are one person who scared me to death? Like all this time that you haven't been coming, I was so sure that that woman is gone. I was so sure that you are dead. The doctor hugging the patient. He said, that's something that I've never done. I don't do this thing. But I was so sure that you are gone. To be honest, I was so sure that you are gone. The past 6 months that you haven't been coming here, I was just so sure that you are gone. You went to, what did you do? I said, Doc, I am here. I am not dead. I am very alive. I'm very alive. So in the 6 months that I haven't been coming here, I lost 60 kgs. I said, I've seen that. You've lost half of your body. But what did you do? I said, also, I came across food supplements. And so I have my Shako phytofiber that started removing the dirt in the large intestine, dealing with my constipation, and dealing with that big stomach that used to see. Doc, I was moving with 40 kgs of fecal matter. You didn't tell me about that one. I was taking splenda and liquid chlorophyll. They started flushing the acid and the gases. And that splenda liquid chlorophyll also had to deal with, my cardiovascular system and all. Then I was also dealing with, I'm also taking the meal replacement therapy. That meal replacement therapy started flushing the fats. You remember you told me about the fats. So now I'm here for one thing, Doc. I want you to do the same tests that you did the time that you admitted me. I want you to do it. He said, I'm looking forward to do everything. Then he was like, I think you deserve to be on this chair. Did you go to study medicine or you went to work on yourself? I'm like, Doc, I went to study everything. Tell me about the body. I know how the body works now. I know what goes wrong from the mouth to the anus. I know everything. I know what happens. I know what it means that with that cholesterol that was 320, I know that I was dead. But I am not dead. To God be the glory. I am here. So what do you need? Blood sample? What? Just get everything that you want to get. I'm really looking forward to seeing the results. So that's how they got the full blood culture, went for ECG, went for echo, they checked the liver, the what, and the results were out. And I sat with my doctor there, and he was like, I can't believe. Are these your results? I said, I don't know. You're going to tell me what's going on. Then he showed me the ECG results. He was like, you see, this is how a normal heart is supposed to work. And this is just perfect. And the fat has cleared, like you have no fat. That fat that was there around the heart, it's not there. The liver fat is gone. The cholesterol levels are clear, like normal, normal cholesterol levels. Your high blood pressure is okay. That day it was again 110/70. And this blood pressure is really, really normal like this. I still taking the medication. I'm like, yes, I'm taking the medication now. Where I was waiting to be told when not to. Said, okay, let's monitor this. But otherwise, all the results are good. Like, I can't believe that these are your results. So, okay, we're going to drop one medication. Let's see how the heart will function. So they dropped the one that was helping the heart. So the following Saturday, I went and they checked the ECG, everything was okay. I said, okay, so there's no need of continuing with that one for the heart. The aspirin, dropped it. I remained with nifedipine for BP. That nifedipine, the third visit, I don't really think you need this. Okay, let's try quarter tablet. Started trying the quarter tablets, and October 2014, he said, I don't think you need any medication. With the way I'm seeing the results and the way you're looking and everything else, I don't think you need the medication. People say once you start high blood pressure medication, you can't be discharged. I said, what? You're discharging me on these drugs? Said, I'm discharging you because you don't need them. You don't need them anymore. So from 2014 till date, no painkillers, no what? I don't take anything. I don't take all those things. Nothing. And in 2017, I made a decision to say, no more working for anyone, full-time Edmark business. Full-time Edmark business, and that's how I started my Edmark business. And a friend of mine was like, I know you make money. But this generosity of yours of just giving out money, at the end of the day, it looks like you don't make money. But I know you make money. So she challenged me. She told me, I will start keeping your money. You should be giving me your money. I will start keeping your money so that I want you to start doing something with it. And that's how, okay, I started building. So she'll keep my money. She'll release it at some point. I started building. And now just building, I'm building a house using the retail profit. I said, let me not even wait to get to the house fund. Just using the retail profits, I'm building the house. And I'm getting a car using the retail profit before Edmark gives me my car. So I have saved up. Yeah, so using retail profits, actually mom was selling her car. I had to buy her car using the retail profit. And now I'm getting another car using the retail profits. Yeah, so qualifying to another stage. I was trying to build my team very well, not have any stress with that. So that has been my journey. So that's the healthy me that you see now. I lost 60 kgs in 5 months. I lost every dirty that was in the body, like every dirty in the body. Now I brag. I tell people there's so many ways of losing weight, but the idea is, are you losing your weight healthily? So they say health is wealth. You can have the money, but if your health is not okay, there's nothing that you're going to enjoy in life. You have your 10 million, your 10 billion, and you have 9 billion that is going for medicals. What's that? But right now, I used to spend like $1,000 will be spent on my medical bills every other week. Every other week. Like that, like I'm not even exaggerating. Every other week. Like almost like $1,000 would be spent. So now, nothing, no medical bills issues, no what. I've got my total time freedom. I have my sons. And now I'm not only taking care of my sons as autistic children in Zambia, I'm fighting for all the autistic children in Zambia. Like, I've come to understand autism. Now I counsel parents. I put them on the Edmark products, all those, stress and anxiety, how it will affect your stomach, and they have all these constipations. I've put them, and most of them have made them join Edmark. I'm like, we have expensive children, and these expensive children need us to do a business that will give them good money, not jobs. Because once the salary is gone, or once you're gone, God forbid, you will not transfer your degree or your diploma to your children. But we need a business that will be able to leave it for our children. Yeah, so I just, they come to my inbox, those that are asking for money, asking for help. I'm like, I'll give you the money today, but I want you to come to the office so that I introduce you to something that will help you. So I put them on the food supplements. I've introduced them to the Edmark business. Those that are serious, that have come on board with me. Those that are not serious, they're still taking the medication, that they're still taking the food supplements. And at least here I am. That's my story.
Wow. First, let's give it to Almighty God for Edmark.
Yes.
Are you ready? 1, 2,
Yes.
ready, go. But
international.
Oh, yes.
Give it to our Papa Sam Lo. Papa Sam.
Yes.
My business partner came with me to Dubai, and she arrived the last day of LTBC. And Papa Sam invited her to the stage. She's in the house, Pat. She was like, wow, is this me on stage? Papa Sam will make you a star. That is the brain behind these marvelous products. Please, can we give it to him? One resounding Edmark International clap. 1, 2, ready, go. Edmark
International.
Oh,
yes.
What to you, great leader? Wow, the testimony is mind-blowing. Let's give it to her. One resounding Edmark International clap. 1, 2, ready, go. Edmark International.
Edmark. Oh, yes.
Okay, I have some questions. I have some questions for you, my great leader. I have some questions for you. I will just take it. Madam Robert says, can Angela give the name of the supplement that made her drop her weight? So, ma, are you in the house, my great leader? It says,
oh, yes.
Okay, can you state the products that made you lose weight? So, what products did you take to make you lose weight?
So I took Shake-Off, Splina, MRT, that's our meal replacement therapy, ginseng, and Redis. I went on them flat out for 5 months non-stop. Every day. I was taking them every day. Religiously, every day, following the P4 program. Like I followed it religiously. And when I say religiously, I have DCM from Tanzania who is saying, but I'm failing. How are you? How did you do it? You take it religiously. This time around, we have Edmarkers that want to add in also many things. This thing of making smoothie, of trying to make a smoothie, you put MRT, you put fruits, you put what, you put. That is how you're messing up with the P4 program. Sam Law was, I think God just came down from heaven to give him the ingredients, the best ingredients that our bodies need. And if we stick to that, the Edmark products work wonders. When you stick to that, if you're going to add anything else in the meal replacement therapy, remember, it's the meal replacement therapy, our MRT has 76 calories. But if you're going to add fruits and all those things, you are increasing the calories. So the moment you increase the calories, you will find that you'll be getting more calories, yet you're supposed to get. So now the smoothie issue can come later when the time that you're maintaining. When you have already lost weight with maintenance time, that's when now you can play around with the products. You can spice them up, add what you want to add, as long as it's healthy, a fruit, a rich fruit, all those things. Later, maintenance time. But during the program, stick to the program. Take your Shake-Off, your Splina, the first 7 days, take your Redis, take your ginseng. On the 8th day, introduce the MRT to your body. And once you introduce, remember you're taking 4 sachets of MRT every day, religiously. MRT can backfire on you if you decide to use it wrongly. If you're going to take MRT, you take your red meat, you eat your pap, whatever it is. I don't know what else that you eat. Anything that is not in the program, you're going to gain. So you need to stick to the program. So I had to stick to the program because I knew what I needed. I was looking for a solution. And finally, when I found it, I didn't play around with it. Yeah, so those are the products that I took.
Okay. So we know the products now. That's our P4 products. You have the Shake Off, the Splina, Redis ginseng, MRT, but now we also add the spirulina, okay, to it. That's the combination you take, okay, to begin to lose weight. Like she said, even if you are going to be, some people need to add weight. We keep saying weight loss, weight loss. Some people need to add weight because their body mass index shows they are underweight and they need to increase weight. It's the same thing you will follow, but you administer MRT along with food so that you gain weight. So I hope that is clear now for Madam Robert and Madam Amaka. Now, our leader mentioned mucoid plaque. Mucoid plaque, she said, remember when she said she saw her intestine in the toilet, and I was laughing. That was, you know, when I went to train people health club, people health club, and you know, they are Edmarkers sincerely. These are not strangers. They are Edmarkers who have never religiously taken Shake Off for straight 14 days. You know? Okay, so there was this lady in class and she was like, an Edmarker, experienced Edmarker, had been in Edmark for years, you know. So she came for the P4 Health Club to be certified. And, you know, for us, you go through the program too yourself. And she went through the program and she went and passed out mucoid plaque. Because, you know, straight 7 days, you're taking back to back.
I remember plaque looks like.
Yeah, mucoid plaque. And she was shocked as I yes, mucoid plaque is a mixture of digestive juices and food particles that have stuck in different parts of the intestine. It is not in the intestine. Do you understand? You know, we eat food and the food is going and is getting digested. Some food hang in corners. And that's why we insist that even if you are the sort that goes to the toilet every day, you must have every new month, 7 days in a new month to detoxify.
Yeah.
Important. It's like sweeping your house every day and then spring cleaning your house once a month, removing the cobwebs, raising up your chairs, mopping the house. That is what you do with Shake Off Phytofiber. And it should be done every month for everybody, not only those losing weight. I may not have been as big as you, but I also had the problem of constipation. And when you said you passed out stool and it tore and blood, I understood what you were saying because it's, for me, I could stay a week, no toilet. It was Shake Off that saved me, sincerely. That was it. That was my saving. 1 week, I can stay no toilet. I will move my bowel. And everything, once the phases stay in the body, it begins to dry up. The body begins to absorb it back. So it becomes really dry. That's that small thing you pass out, like very small. And the pressure to push that small thing out is so painful.
Can you imagine?
For those that have never experienced it, don't pray to experience it. That is real constipation. Okay? Now, I have to just pick up some of the things she used. Fecal matter. Fecal matter is waste in the body. Shit inside the body, for those of us that are Nigerians, if you understand me. So when that waste stays in the body, when that shit stays in the body, it begins to decay. And those were all the colors she was seeing, green, yellow, white, coming out of her body. Decayed waste in the body. Okay, it's decayed stool in the body. That was what she was seeing. It has stayed so long, the smell will be so terrible. You know, someone said it's only in Edmark that you go to the toilet and you are not ashamed. You even snap it and go and show your upline what came out of your body.
Yeah.
Yes. It's only in Edmark that happens.
Okay? Edmark, like you move.
Yes, so you snap people and go and show the person that gave you food and see what came out of my body. So we always tell you in Edmark, don't be in a hurry to flush when you use our products. Look at what came out from your body. It's very important. Don't be in a hurry to flush. Don't be in a hurry to flush. Just look at what came out from your body. We have some new people in the house that will be using the product. So as you're using the products, please get in touch. Be close to the person that gave you the products. Yeah, if she was, if she had not been close with her upline to tell her upline, see what came out of my body, my intestine has left my body. She wouldn't even know. She probably would have stopped at that point because of the fear. Okay, she also mentioned STP. What is STP? STP is our system training program. That's what certified her as a speaker. And that's why today she's an international speaker and she can speak on different stages in Edmark International. Okay, in Edmark, we have the business arm, we have the speaker arm, those that train. You can decide to go through the program, become a speaker. You can also go and just have the knowledge so you can grow your business. Okay, it's not mandatory you should be a speaker, but if you desire to be a speaker, you must go through what we call our Edmark education system, our EES, where you go through the system training program. That's STP. She mentioned STP. Another thing I want us to take note is that, remember she said her doctor reduced her dosage. Her doctor told her when to stop using the medication. And this is one thing we insist on as Edmarkers. Please, I beg you, do not tell your client to stop using their medication. Our products are food. They are not drugs. So they do not interfere with the drugs. They are food. When your client uses the product and the body repairs itself and your client goes to see the doctor will wean them off the medication. And you saw the gradual process the doctor took to wean her off her BP medication. And sincerely, we've heard so much that if you're on BP drug, it's for life. But today you have confirmed it that it's not for life. It's not for life because once you give your body the right nutrients, your body can repair itself. And that is what Edmark products are meant for. Edmark products are meant for you to repair your body. Give your body the right nutrients that your body needs. And then your body can begin to repair itself. Okay? I'm waiting for more questions. If you have questions, please raise up your hand so I can call you to ask your question. You know, when I put up your posts, your before and after on my story, a prospect chatted me and said, are you sure she did this in a natural way? It wasn't through surgery. She didn't lose this way through surgery. I said, no, it's natural. You're supposed to be able to see her live and ask her that question. That's what happens at International. Our products repair your body to the point that you begin to look younger than your age. That's why you see in that picture today, I was 30 and I'm 42. Yeah, you're wondering, did you turn it the other way around? You understand? Because our products will repair your body, both inside and outside. Okay? So she mentioned fat around her organs. We call that visceral fat. Okay. I have a question for you, ma'am, my leader. He says, Madam Robert says, how long did you see noticeable drop in your weight when using the Edmark products? How long did it take you to see noticeable drop in your weight?
Remember, in 2 weeks, I lost 15 kgs in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks' time, I noticed my clothes, because the tummy I started going in. The tummy started going in, and I noticed my waist, all the clothes were not fitting the waist. So in 2 weeks, I'd already seen great change.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Just in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yes, 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 4 months, I lost 24 kgs. So in 2 weeks, there was big change. Like even at the Edmark office, because I wasn't doing the Edmark business, so I'll just go to purchase. And I had Crown Honest that would monitor me from the time I'm coming out of the car, because the office was upstairs. So he's one person who used to sit at the balcony. So you would monitor me from the time that I'm coming out of the car and would be looking at me. I never used to pay attention to him. But then I remember every time I approached the door, he would go like, are you using Edmark products or you're using something else? I'm like, that's what you see me here, I come to buy Edmark product. Like, but that's Tammy. He's the one who actually even encouraged me to do it. He was like, that's Tammy, the way it's shrinking. Is it really our products? I'm like, I've been on Shake Off nonstop. Like, I took 8 boxes of Shake Off every day nonstop. And every day the toilet was full. So by 2 weeks, I had already seen that something had happened. And by the time it was 4 months, almost half of my body had gone.
Wow. So for 8 boxes of Shake Off, 1 box contains 12 sachets. 12 times 8 is 96, meaning for 96 days straight, you were taking Shake Off every single day. That's what it means.
Yes.
Okay, she says that too could be water drop, but nevertheless, it was an applaudable journey, though. Well, the reason I would not agree with you, Madam Roberts, is the fact that she had explained earlier, maybe I have to bring up your before and after, so she would see your before and after, that the weight in her tummy was waste, was poo-poo. As she was passing out that poo-poo, her weight was reducing. So it wasn't water. It wasn't what. In short, when you take Edmark products, you are mandated to drink 2 to 3 liters of water every single day.
Yes.
So your water intake increases while doing our weight loss program. So it's not water you are losing at all, because your water level should increase. If we even put you on our Tanita body scan, before you start your weight loss journey, we can tell you your water percentage.
Yes.
Scan.
And my water percentage was like 2%. I didn't even have water in the body myself.
In the beginning, yes, because
in the beginning,
the fat would have covered your cell, and your cell will not be able to absorb the water.
Yeah.
So you just keep passing it out. So your water percentage will be low when you are overweight, because your body is highly acidic. You know, remember on the pH scale, water is supposed to be neutral. When your body is obese, when you are overweight, your body is highly acidic. So one thing the water also do is to flush out that high acidity from the body. And once your body is high in acidity, your body cannot absorb the water you are drinking. So it is not water, loss of water, not at all. Our P4 program is stated every day you must take 8 glasses of water, mandatory, while going through the weight loss program. And every product you take is even mixed with water. It's mixed with water. Your Shake Off, your Splina, they're all water-based. Your MRT is water. We call it meal replacement therapy because it replaces your meal. Like she said, you're taking 4 sachets. You take by 8 a.m. in the morning, you take by 12 noon, you take again by around 3, and the last one is the one you take by 6 p.m., which is your dinner, your MRT. 4 sachets a day is mixed with water. Your Redis and ginseng is mixed with water. Your Shake Off is mixed with water. And then, in addition to that, you drink 2 to 3 liters of water with Splina in the water. Why? We are working on your body acidity so that your cells can now begin to absorb the water. So it is not body, it's not water at all. 2 weeks is not water for us. Because like she said earlier, you can lose, like I always tell people, I can lock you in a room and stab you, you will lose weight. You will lose weight. I can stab you, lock you in the cell, and not give you food, you will lose weight. But when you are losing in a healthy way, that is what we insist on in Edmark International, because the other way you are going to lose your muscle and not your fat. You're going to be losing muscle and not fat. What we do in Edmark, we boost your muscle and reduce your fat. That is our aim.
Yeah.
This is why what we do, we don't starve you. Instead, we increase your nutrients and cut down on your calories. That's what we do in Edmark International, and we increase your water intake. So it's not body, it's not water at all. But I will share her before and after so that some of us can see how she was. She said she used to tuck in her tummy. Her tummy was so big, she would tuck it in before she started the program. And all the waste, all the poo-poo wasn't. That's why I always tell people that that big tummy you are carrying is not big man, especially for the men. And for the women, it is not the fact that you had a baby through CS. You have shit. You have shit in your colon. Shit. And decayed oneself. For many years, you have been packing up shit. And that's why your tummy is that. So once you begin to detoxify, that tummy will begin to come down. And your weight will drop. Okay? Another question says, while doing the weight loss program, will you still eat your normal food or abstain from every other thing except the product? Okay, let me allow you answer first. Ma'am, please, can you answer?
So when you're on the Edmark program, you are going to the meal replacement therapy, the one you'll be taking 4 times a day becomes your meal. So you have your meal at lunchtime. At lunchtime, you can either take 10 grams of rice with a lot of vegetables and fish, or boiled egg. Or you can have your, I don't know what you call it, as you call it shima here, maybe you call it pap. That's just like a small one, a lamb. But with me, when I went on the program full time, I stayed away from things like rice, potatoes, all those things. I flushed them off completely. I was on vegetables and fish or boiled egg. That's what I used to take lunchtime. And this time around, those of you that are doing the program now, you're even lucky because you have your spiral. The time that I was doing the program, there was no spiral. So now, those that are doing the program now are really, really lucky. You have your spiral, and that one can be your meal at lunch. And you have, you're going to enjoy the journey. The meal replacement therapy is nice. And the good part is that with the people that are doing the program now, you are blessed. You have the 3 flavors. As the time that we were doing the program, we only had 1 flavor, which was the chocolate flavor. But now we have the strawberry, the chocolate, and the vanilla. So it's exciting. So as you are taking, you'll just be enjoying the meals. The food supplements themselves are nice. They're tasty. They're convenient to carry. So you can make your meal while you're driving. If lunchtime finds you that at the time, by the time that you're stuck in traffic, you can just simply always move with your bottle of water or your cup. You make your meal while driving. So it's one easy, enjoyable healthy weight loss program that I've ever come across. And I think it's the best in the world. And now we're even proving that it's the best in the world. See what is happening to America.
Yeah, thank you very much. So like my trainer just said, when you are on the weight loss program, of course, our aim is to increase your nutrients and cut down on your calories. We are not there to starve you. In short, I always tell people that before now, maybe you were eating 3 times or 2 times. When you are on our weight loss program, you begin to eat 6 times a day. 6 times. Okay? Now, your meal, like she said, your meal will be, your carbohydrates will drop. So for example, now, I don't have a plate here. My children know. If you have your round plate, your normal round flat plate, you divide that plate into 4. Okay? Half of that plate will be vegetables. Vegetables. Okay, the other half, we divide it into 2 now. 1 part will be your carbohydrate because we like carbohydrates. So if it's your eba, your fufu, your rice, should not be bigger than your fist size, small fist size. Then the other part will be your fish, which is your protein. And we tell you to avoid fried food, no oil, because MRT too does not like oil. So you don't use oil. You don't use oil at all. No fried food, no snack, no mineral, your Coke, your alcohol, no, none like that. You drink water, Take your products, your ginseng, your redis, depending on what your health challenge is. Exactly. We can also tailor the teas and coffees to suit your health challenge so you get better. So we've seen people who come to lose weight and in the end, they are getting healthier, like her BP dropped because now her body had dropped the excess weight around the organs that were pressing down the organs from functioning. Okay? Which is the visceral fat. So for us, you're going to eat normal food at least once a day. But you eat Before, that will be like 4 p.m. And then by 6 p.m., you take your MRT again. And then you take your shake off. I saw Coach Carl in Dubai. Man, Coach Carl is so slim now. So slim. I couldn't believe he's the one. When we're in Dubai for LTBC. So our products are not to starve you. They are to make you healthy. So if you are here, you desire to go to the weight loss program, reach out to the person that invited you. We are here to guide you. If I work with you when it comes to weight loss, before you eat your meal, you send me a picture of the food you are going to eat. Before eating, not after, before eating. So that we'll say, okay, this is the right quantity. But be rest assured that you will never starve using Edmark products to lose weight. Okay, she says this one is tough. No drinks except water. No, it's not tough, ma. Because you're going to be taking our coffees and our teas, and you're going to enjoy them so much that you would not even remember to take anything else again. Sincerely speaking, I'm telling you from a Coke addict. I was a Coca-Cola addict. If you know who an addict is, there was no meal I would take without adding a bottle of Coke. Mine was that bad. But when I started taking my Edmark products, I don't remember Coke anymore at all, because you have your red yeast, you have your ginseng, you have your collagen, you have your red bubble tea, and these are all things that can replace those things. So if you are here, you really want to start the weight loss program, reach out to the person that gave you the link or invited you to this Zoom, and that person will work with you. In Edmark, we hold your hands and we work with you, okay? There are some of us even here now that after a while, you see us, we just go on a 30-day straight on shake-off. Shake-off back to back for 30 straight days to detoxify thoroughly and cleanse the body. And like she said, as you are detoxifying, your complexion is getting brighter, your breakouts are stopping, you know, your skin is firmer, you don't have wrinkles anymore, you begin to look younger. And that's why many of us, if we see our before and after, you'll be screaming that, I mean, what did we really do? But it's the Edmark products because they are packed with nutrients. Okay, do we have more questions so we can release our trainer? She's 1 hour ahead of us. Zambia is 1 hour. So by now it's to 10 where she is in the night. Okay, please, do we have more questions? I hope you can see her before and after. I put it on the screen for us to see how she was before. Can you see it now? The before and after, so that you see what she used to look like before coming to Edmark. Madam Angela, you used to look like you were a bodyguard. Like you were a bodyguard.
You can say that again.
You know, I started Edmark
because those times the Edmark the women clothes don't fit.
Yeah.
Our size is not available. It's only top, big top, and trouser.
And jeans. That's great. You know, when I started
there was one lady in the shop. There was one lady in the shop that used to frustrate me. There's one boutique that has very nice clothes, and every time I get to the shop, just by the door, I'll ask for dresses. I'm like, "Do you have dresses?" I should go like, "Yes, we have dresses, but we don't have your size." And I'm like, "Did I say?" You know, because I'm frustrated already, and I'll shout at her. I'll tell her, "Did I say I've come to look for my dress?" They should just look at me. "Oh, okay, you can come through." Then I'll just check around. I know my size is not there, but are you supposed to tell me from the door? Why do you have to depress me like this?
Yeah, that's true. You know, in 2016, I started Edmark in 2016, and I met Ismail. Remember Ismail? And we used to have your picture in front of Edmark Lagos office, your before and after. And then Ismail, yes, it was in Lagos office. That was your picture that was in Lagos office, your before. And I'm like, is this real? Ismail is like, yes, I know her. I'll connect you to her. Go to Facebook, put her name, tell her you are from me. That was when I chatted you up then. I just started Edmark. 2016 then. That was when I chatted you. Now Ismail asked me.
I remember.
Yes, yes. Okay. Madam Ngozi says, how long is the weight loss program? You continue until you achieve your ideal weight, whatever weight you want to.
Yeah.
I live on the products on a daily, I live on Edmark products too, on a daily basis. So it's not just about weight loss, it's about my complete health. For example, I don't want to feel any of those, what do you call the diabetes, hypertension, and all those things. And then with our lifestyle now and the things we eat that are all chemicals, we need the products to flush out those chemicals from our body. So Edmark is bigger than weight loss. It's a complete wellness program. Complete wellness program. So the products there, you administer them according to your needs. Okay? So once you hit your ideal weight, you enter your maintenance stage and you begin to maintain that weight using the and the beautiful thing about Edmark, once you've lost the weight, you've lost it. Because then you would have understood how to prevent gaining the weight back. That's why we say we are what we eat, because that is what we teach you. We teach you how to eat in Edmark International. And then your weight loss is completely gone and you don't get. That's why you see Madam Angela cannot grow as big and be as big as she was before Edmark again, because she won't even allow it. Because she will do her detoxification regularly, take her spleena water, so there's no way her body can default to that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to say something? You want to add to that?
No, I'm saying, so people ask me, they're surprised how come I've managed to maintain my weight. If I'll gain like 5 kgs, sometimes it's deliberate, sometimes, especially when I'm starting the 90 days program with the challengers, I want to show them, I want to run with them, like to show them that you notice how I can easily flash these 5 kgs, like we can do it together. If I told there'll be anyone who will fail to flash even 2 kgs, I'll go like, see, we started together. Yeah. But I have, from 2013, from the time I lost the 60 kgs, I have not gained up to more than 8 kgs. Like even if I gain the 8 kgs, it will not show. People will say, like I'll tell them that I've gained 8 kgs, I need to flash it, but it's not showing. It's not showing, but I'm feeling it myself. I know. I have reduced my wardrobe to all my clothes are size 12 and size 10. So when I don't fit any of them, I know I've gained something. I have gained. Of course, I'll be on my shelf and all. But I have not moved from size 12. So it's 12, 10, 12, 10. A friend of mine in the UK sent me her size 12 suit, and you know UK size. It's not like America size that it's bigger. It's UK size is small cut.
Yeah.
And she was like, I've sent you a size 12 suit because I really wanted the navy blue system uniform suit. So she sent that suit and she was like, I doubt if you're going to fit. And she was shocked. I was telling her that the skirt is big. She was like, what? How possible is it that the skirt is big? I'm like, yes, the skirt is slightly big. I will tune it a bit. But she was like, that's size 12 UK. So when she came to Zambia 3 weeks ago, she was like, I know that you lost weight, but I'm surprised that you've maintained it. Up to now, you're still like this. I can't go back to this picture that you see here. I can't.
There's something else I want to ask you. You told us in the beginning you're an O positive, your blood group.
O positive, yeah.
And you said you went off red meat, right? For a while in the beginning.
I went up what?
Red meat.
Yes.
Because I have someone who is also O positive, and it's like, no, she can't go off red meat because they told her O positive.
It is me. It is me.
It's you.
Because
You
I
have to
love
expose
meat
yourself. I'm hiding you. You're exposing yourself. And I told her, no, if you are going to lose weight, you're going to go off red meat for a while. Once you learn how to eat, eating is no longer a problem. You eat for your health. So that's why I need you to talk about that.
So because red meat, meat digests after 3 days. So you are going to take your red meat today, tomorrow you take. Remember the first one that you took yesterday hasn't yet digested. You're going to add up. You keep on adding up. So you have undigested meat in the body throughout. So you stay away from red meat, and when time comes that you need to eat your red meat again, at least you know how to eat. The good part is that by the time you're done with your slimming program, you're going to know when to eat, how to eat, and why to eat. There are times when you are feeling, it's not like you are hungry, but you're thirsty. But you will know that this time around, it's water that I need to drink. Not that every time you are thirsty, you want to eat. You get a snack, you get biscuits, whatever it is that you want that is available, you want to eat. With our slimming program, you will just know how to manage your body very well. Like you will know you will not eat anyhow. Your eating habits, this issue of, you find a friend is eating this, you want to join. You go to visit, you find them eating this, you want to join. But you will discipline yourself. You will know that eating is not anyhow. You are supposed to know when you're supposed to eat. You just don't eat whatever you find. And it's also important to know your blood type so that you know the fruits that go with your body, the type of food that go with your body, because it's not every fruit that will go with certain blood types. So you need to know all these things. And with Edmark, the way Edmark has improved this time around, we've got our Tanita where we are going to check your water levels, the fat, and all those things. So even as you're starting the program, we know where we are starting from. So we know what we are dealing in, we know what we are tackling. So the slimming program or the health club this time around is really helping people know the foods, the amount of calories that are in all these foods. Before, we didn't even know, we just eat anyhow. But then with bread, in the slice of bread, there's 150 calories. So I can't go beyond
2 slices.
I can't go more than beyond 4 slices. Yeah, so like that, you get to know.
Yeah, thank you. For me, if I eat bread, it locks up my colon. Movement, the colon becomes so lazy. So I try to avoid it and take it sparingly. If I even on a weight loss, you want to see results fast, I'll take you off bread completely. If you want to see fast
bread
results,
should be
I
out.
take you off bread completely. Completely. Eat any other food, but don't touch bread. Let it be. It's on your normal yam, your rice, your gari. Eat that, not bread. I will take you off bread completely. Off wheat, in short, completely. Now, is there a guide or training when going on the weight loss? Yes. Aside the guide or training, which will be in your blue bag, you also have a human being that will hold your hand and guide you through the process. So that's the beauty of Edmark International. We don't leave you because we have so many certified trainers. Aside being certified as a trainer or a P4 Health Club coach, okay, you have people who have experienced the program. We don't sell what we have not used ourselves. We consume those products on a daily basis. We are using the products continuously. It's a continuous thing. So what we are asking you to do is just change your beverage. Change the normal beverages you take. Your normal tea, your normal chocolate drink, your normal coffee. Change it to Edmark products. That's what we are asking you to do. So that every day as you are taking your tea, you are taking your coffee, you are taking your chocolate drink, you are taking in health instead of the other way around. So that's what we encourage you to do. So our products are life-saving products. They are lifestyle beverages that they are daily consumables. So they are just food in a better way, food in a healthy way, food that will give your body nutrients, okay? So I want to thank you again, my DM. You said you bought your car using retail profits.
Yes. Yes.
Now, retail profit is just one way we earn in Edmark International. We earn.
I'll start showing.
Continue.
I'm saying that I'll show you the house that I'm building, that I'm building using the retail profit.
Okay, send a picture. I'll post it in the group. Is it here now? Send it to my WhatsApp.
I need to I'll share tomorrow. You still share to them.
Okay, I'll share to them so that they will see the power of retail profits.
Yeah, it's a video that is in the same phone. It's a video that is in the same phone, that I'm using right now.
Okay, so you can.
It's a short video. I'll share.
Okay. So Edmark pays in 9 ways. 9 ways. The first is the retail profits. So retail profit is just 1 out of the 9 that Edmark pays through. Okay, and retail profit is one you are in charge of. You can determine how much you want to earn from retail profit. You can decide it. It's in your hands. Okay, so you can see now that we are not handicapped at all. That Edmark has equipped us in all ways. You say we are people helping people succeed in health, in wealth, and in total well-being. And our structure, everything touches these 3 areas of our lives. Our health first, our wealth, and then total well-being, building our minds and taking. I say, but the products are very expensive. I would like to address that. But before I address it, Mark, can you talk about that? Someone said the products are very expensive. Please, can you say something about that? How much are you spending on your drugs before you started your Edmark products?
I tell people who say the products are expensive, I tell them, if you think the products are expensive, try the disease itself. When you get sick, you know that these products are cheap. They can look expensive or sound expensive, but they are 100% worth it. Because the products are going to help you get rid of all the complications that you're experiencing. You will find that you're not enjoying your life today because of the health complications that you're going through. Now imagine a product that will help you get rid of all those complications. Can you still call it expensive? Like, I don't regret every coin that I spent on the food supplements that I use. Because now I said bye to all the host of this. I said to the hospital visit about my health is great and I'm enjoying it. And if you were to be asked again to start using the old Edmark products the way I would use them over and over and over and over again, because they are worth it. They can look expensive, but worth it at the end of the day. You need to do something that will give you results. What is frustrating is to use something that will not give you results. But if you get products and you have the result at the end of the day, you will understand why the cost is. If at all you still see it expensive, and tell us after 1 month if you still feel very expensive. Because once you start, it's really you expensive. Instead, you say, thank you, Lord, that I came across such product. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, somebody has another question, ma. Hey, I hope we release you today. It says, I have a customer that says he does not sleep, and I told him I'll get back to him. What can he take to sleep? Okay,
So the detox goes with the detox. We will still first start with the detox. The pack now is what will going to help with the sleep. And of course, we have our coffees like Cafe 73 that will help with the sleep. But first, we need to start with the detox. Detox should be number 1. Once we detox, we clean, we bring in now our beauty pack, we have our BioLexa, we have our Cafe 73, you start experiencing good sleep. I used to have, I don't know how many times that I would wake up in the nights, like I had troubles with sleeping because, you know, when the system is dead, when the body is just not working very well, sleep will not come easily. You really have to pray to God that you sleep. And when you sleep again, you have to wake up again. I don't know how many times because you're just not okay. So detox is the must. First, we need to flush. Let's clean up. Once you clean up, then we have all these other products. And by the time you're just detoxing, you will notice that you start sleeping nicely. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Give yourselves a resounding Edmark International clap. 1, 2, ready, go. Edmark International.
Edmark International. Oh, yes.
Okay, somebody says, is it possible if owners of Edmark can make the supplement available to everyone at a cheaper cost? Because a lot want it. The truth is the poverty. Okay, I will address this. Madam, my DCM, you want to say something?
No, it's okay. Angela, I just want to say thank you for coming.
Okay.
We appreciate you and we love you.
Yeah.
I love you too, and you're welcome.
And I miss you. I was thinking I will see you in Dubai.
In Dubai. We'll definitely meet next year, God willing, in Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be in Malaysia. We're going to Havana. We're going to see you in Havana again.
Oh, yes.
So there's one more question. The question says, is it possible for the owners of Edmark to make the product cheaper? Because a lot want it, and the truth is that the poverty. Now we are helping people succeed in health, in wealth, and in total well-being. And that's why Edmark is a business. So one thing we want to help that person do is come out of poverty. We don't want you to stay in poverty and be dying in poverty and be complaining in poverty. And that's why we transform your body, your pocket, and your mind. Those are the three things we transform in you, so that by the time you come in contact with Edmark, you will not be poor again. Because the business is for you to make money and not be poor. So it is a means of empowerment. Where you heard that she's building a house from retail. What is retail profit? She's selling the products, making a margin.
Exactly.
People who have joined Edmark, they didn't even have money to get registration card. And today, they are car owners in Edmark International. Today, they've traveled to more than 7 countries through Edmark International. So if they had remained in their poverty state, which is also a state of mind, they will keep grappling in poverty until they pass on. But Edmark will equip your mind, your body, and your pockets. And they all go together. As Edmark is transforming your health, is transforming your mind, your pockets will be transforming. So those are the things we teach you in Edmark International. So you can't come poor and remain poor in Edmark International if you follow what you are told to do. So poverty is not a consideration at all. At all. And that's why we have issues where once you have people, they say when you solve problems, you make money. By the time you begin to solve problems for other people, you have the money to take care of yourself and those around you.
Yeah.
So my DM, I am so grateful that you took your time to come to talk to us today and to ignite our passion again. So now we're on fire. Now we know that retail profit, every day I shout, retail profit. You have heard now that with retail profits, somebody is building a house, has bought a car.
Yeah.
What are we all waiting for? What are we waiting for that we cannot latch into it and get our own retail profits? Okay? I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank you, my DM. I'm excited. I'm fired up. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you. So with that, my DCM Nkiru, give us closing prayer and vote of thanks for my leader so that we can close. Thank you so much. DCM Nkiru.
Dear Angela, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you for keeping to the time. Thank you. You know we love you, and we'll be doing it over and over again. Please, sometimes we'll call you and please respond to us. We really appreciate you. We're not taking it for granted. Thank you so much. You are really outstanding leader. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for coming as well. Thank you, my DCM, for this lovely program. Thank you, everybody. Those that ask questions, those that are listening attentively. We're saying thank you to everybody. And we're praying that Edmark have started as Edmark is a program that we don't talk about poverty anymore because our pocket is filled with money. Take the product and make money. That's what it is. One of the songs that this LTBC said, drink the coffee and tell the story and make money. Just like Angela used her story, she told the story and she'd made money. So it will be our portion. Those that want to start the program, the marketing of the program, of the products, God will bless them. And at the end of the day, they will achieve and have what they desire, all the things, the good things of life that they need. God Almighty will give it to them, and it will help us all. Edmark, Nigeria will come strong again. And Edmark as a whole, Edmark International, we pray that God Almighty is going to help us all. Is going to help the product. The product will, the products, He's going to use the product to help more people in wealth, health, and total well-being. And so it shall be in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Let's give it to Almighty God for a successful session. 1, 2, ready, go.
Edmark International.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
And to you, my love PPCF for this program. Let's give it to her. One resounded. Edmark International Club. Are you ready?
Thank you.
Are you
yes.
ready? Are you
Oh,
ready?
yes. Oh, yes.
Edmark International.
International.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And the Almighty God, one return, the Edmark International Club, are we ready?
Oh,
yes.
Almighty for a successful outing.
Yeah.
1, 2, ready, go.
One time. Edmark International.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.